Hey guys, today I wanted to make this video and I want to start being more involved in growing my drumming page on YouTube. But today I kind of wanted to dive in on a little bit of background about myself, but really focus on a main area in my drumming career to this point. And kind of talk about how I got fired from my first band and why that almost made me want to give it up. And I'll start out by saying this. I fell in love with the drums based on one reason alone, and that was seeing these guys live in 2011 with my mother. That made me so inspired that I couldn't even begin to explain like where that has taken me in my life and my love for Kings of Leon. Um, but seeing Nathan Followell drumming live and seeing Kings of Leon play and hearing that rhythm section in Kings of Leon, that inspired me so much that I can't even explain. Um, it's the main reason that I wanted to even buy a drum set. Even going forward from that night, so middle school through high school, I'm gonna start there. I had no social life middle school through high school. Um, I would go to school. I played sports some, but after sports, I would come home and I would drum, and I would focus on trying to be like Nathan Followell, trying to play his beats. Black thumbnails, stuff like that. I just loved learning to play, and all through high school I did that. All through high school I did that. I'd post videos about it, and people knew I was a concert band lover guy. I was kind of a nerd and a dork, but that was who I was, and still who I am to this day. And so, but let's talk about college. So that's where things started to take off, having a career doing it, and so it was sophomore year of college, spring of 2021. I met a group of guys on Band Mix who went on to become my first band. And I'm not going to name the band name. But um, there was just a spark and an energy there that I can't explain. I still can't explain to this day. Um, our guitar player who we found, he was like a little Jimi Hendrix. He was phenomenal. And still a phenomenal player today. But yeah, we had our first practice in February 2021, and it was that practice that we knew that this could be special, man. And two of the guys were in a fraternity, so they already had a following at Alabama. And within the first 4 weeks, we had our first gig booked, and it was a backyard party in Tuscaloosa. But that backyard was packed. People had seen videos of us practicing, and so I guess they kind of knew that this had a potential to be a band that was going to last a while in Tuscaloosa. And they came out and they showed up, and and it was a pretty good first gig. For it being our first gig, it was a really good first gig. And after that, we got our first bar gig within the next 2 to 3 weeks after that, which was unreal. We started picking up steam in Tuscaloosa. And, I think, I kind of started focusing kind of the summer of that year more of this as a social aspect. And that's kind of when things started to kind of maybe fall apart for me because maybe I wasn't in it for all the right reasons. And, I think it was a blessing in disguise looking back on it. But yeah, the summer of that year, I'm kind of focusing on these gigs more as a social aspect and not really, treating it with the respect I needed to, which was, you know, being making this band the best I can make it and not making it all about, you know, me and trying to drink as much as possible and looking at it as a cool opportunity, which I did at that point. I looked at it as me being cool instead of me trying to be the best drummer that I could be. And because of it, I hit a rut point. And, we were going to have a practice in September 2021. And they came over to my place in September of 2021, and they sat down with me and they said, Doug, you started out as a really good drummer for us, and now your time is all over the place. You're drinking at these gigs, and we got to move on in a different direction because we're focused on a serious goal for this band. And it took me by surprise, I'm not gonna lie, but thinking back on it, it shouldn't have. It was a eye opener for me, and and I knew that things needed to change after that. But but I'm not gonna lie, it set me back. It set me back for about 6 to 7 months, and I didn't want to pick up a drumstick 6 to 7 months after. But I think that all of us kind of, as a musician, we have this drive and this want to play, especially after you play gigs. It's like you crave it, man. You crave it. And, you know, it hurt for about 6 to 8 months, but after 6 to 8 months, I was like, man, I got to get back out there. I can't just stay stagnant for the rest of my, college career. And so I got back out there. I got on band mix again. Met some really cool people who went on to become my second full-time band in Tuscaloosa and the longest running, which was Top Heavy. And we played from about October, November of 2022 to April of 2024. And that band, the reason we gave that up is because, we were just kind of all going different places after college and post-grad. But that was the most brotherly and, loving band that I've been a part of. And I really started taking, my drumming and my health more serious. And, I was probably the most sober drummer at 24 ever. I mean, I could probably name 2 gigs where I had 1 beer, and the rest of those gigs I played them all sober because I was just doing it for the love of playing, really. And that's what has changed my outlook. I do these gigs now for the love of playing and not the social party aspect of it. It's you get, if you want to be a good drummer and a good musician, you got to do it for the love of it and not the social party aspect of it, because you'll get burnt out real quick and you'll face these hardships real quick if you're in it for the wrong reason. And so I wanted to get on here today and say that if any of you guys have are going through a time where y'all are kind of struggling in y'all's music career, have been let go from a band or whatever, or just not feeling that love and inspiration that you used to, I want to say that it's okay and that you're going to find it again. It just takes time. You just got to reassess where you are at this point in your life and reassess what's important to you. And when you do that, you're going to find the love for it again, man. And I did. I've been kind of going back and forth from other bands and everything and kind of rebuilding your music career. But sometimes that's what it takes. I mean, I'm 24 years old. I still got the rest of my life to, have a big opportunity open up for me musically. And I'm hoping that happens. I am working a day job right now, but I'm still trying to build up my music career here in Alabama. And I'm in a band called the Red Gulf right now. We do blues and rock covers. We just had to let our lead singer go and find a new lead singer. But, sometimes it's all about rolling with those punches and trying to build up something special. And like our singer, he didn't want to be a part of it, so we had to kind of let him go and find someone who really wants to be a part of that. And so it's all about, rolling with the punches in life and rolling with the punches in the music career in order to, have something special pop up and have a special opportunity take off. And today I just wanted to say, you can make it happen. You can make it happen, and find that drive and passion inside you and don't give it up. Hope to make more of these videos for you guys later on, and hope that this video inspires you guys to keep on playing, keep on pushing for greatness, and just don't give it up, man. Keep on pushing for greatness. So have a great day. I hope this video helps, and I will be in touch later.